and I don't mind making the speech without a teleprompter.
Have you ever wondered who is actually in charge in Washington? Is it the person behind the podium or the invisible hand writing the words on the screen? While our leaders are freezing the moment a teleprompter glitches, across the globe, a different kind of power is being displayed. Americans are starting to realize an ironic truth. Raw, direct communication is the new form of power. Today, we're diving deep into why our politicians are losing the teleprompter trap and how it's eroding the very fabric of public trust. So who is truly in command? Let's find out. Nations are currently gearing up for their year-end reviews. In the US, we often witness the State of the Union addresses. The president appears with a powerful, grand monologue, narrating how he has fought tirelessly to overcome every political opponent, claiming that America is stronger than ever under his direct leadership, that the image of Uncle Sam continues to spread democratic values globally.
I want you.
He speaks of an economy that is supposedly booming at unprecedented levels, and where things fail to flourish, the blame is often shifted to the previous administration, or attributed to external factors beyond their control. It's a familiar script we've grown accustomed to in the mainstream media. The style of American leaders, including Trump, has always been theatrical and grand. But don't be fooled into thinking they speak entirely from memory. The secret lies in a device known as the teleprompter. Two glass panels reflect the script, allowing them to read flawlessly, while maintaining natural eye contact, as if speaking straight from the heart. Even at the United Nations, there have been moments when the teleprompter failed, causing the speech to stall and revealing a heavy reliance on the script. In stark contrast, let's look at the style of the Russian leader. He recently conducted a live press conference lasting 4.5 hours, a transparent dialogue with thousands of reporters and ordinary citizens. No teleprompters, no pre-rehearsed scripts. People asked about everything, from food prices to macro policies, and he addressed every single question with remarkable agility. During that dialogue, there were some incredibly relatable and witty questions. Some witty citizens asked the president about his personal license plate number, or if a man as busy as him still believes in love at first sight. Remarkably, a reporter even took the chance to propose to his girlfriend right there in the hall. Instead of asking the organizers to intervene for the interruption, he jokingly remarked that the young man looked sharp and ready for marriage. The atmosphere of the press conference became as intimate as a family conversation. But immediately after, he was hit with tough questions about subsidies for young families. He answered instantly, emphasizing that the man must be the economic backbone of the home. A total of 77 complex questions were addressed over more than 4 hours, completely extemporaneous, without the slightest help from a teleprompter. This creates a powerful contrast with many Western leaders today. On one side, we have highly polished speeches describing everything as miraculous. On the other, a realistic picture that dares to address flaws and lingering issues. American audiences often wonder, why can't our leaders do the same? Why do our politicians seem so lost whenever they deviate from the script? This isn't just about speaking skills, it's about a deep grasp of the nation's pulse. From energy prices and inflation to the most complex foreign policies. This confidence makes viewers feel they're talking to a real human being, rather than a spokesperson merely reciting what advisors have written. The contrast becomes even sharper when international reporters step in. Recall the moment a BBC reporter questioned the very future of Russia. They wanted to see how a leader without a teleprompter would handle the pressure. Instead of dodging the question with hollow diplomatic cliches, he went straight to the heart of the matter with facts and hard data. Meanwhile, in Washington, press briefings are often tightly controlled and scripted. The list of reporters permitted to ask questions is often pre-vetted, and the answers are sometimes just a recital of what's already on the screen. American viewers are all too familiar with politicians freezing when the teleprompter glitches. They call it script dependency, and it's eroding public trust in leadership. Why does a leading superpower require so much linguistic assistance? In contrast, answering dozens of questions back-to-back without notes sends a message. It's a message of absolute mastery, power, and intellectual presence. Western audiences are starting to compare. Who is truly in command here? Does a nation's strength lie in its team of advisors or the character of its leader? There is an ironic truth that many Americans are beginning to realize, that the glitz and glamour of staged speeches are losing their appeal. In its place, raw and direct communication is becoming the new form of power. This is precisely why clips from these unscripted press conferences go viral in the States. People don't have to agree with every policy to recognize the sheer skill involved. We often wonder, why has the reliance on teleprompters become so widespread? In modern politics, a single verbal slip-up can turn into a media disaster. Therefore, advisors in Washington always opt for the safest possible route. But this very safety inadvertently creates a massive disconnect with the voters. American audiences are growing tired of pre-programmed robotic responses. They miss the era of fiery, intellectually charged debates. Look at the times current leaders have frozen when their equipment malfunctioned. Without words scrolling on a screen, they seem to lose the ability to connect ideas. Conversely, a leader discussing macroeconomics and daily life simultaneously is a rare skill. In Russia, Putin's press conferences are about more than just giving information. They are a demonstration of an intimate understanding of every corner of the nation. He knows the price of eggs in the Far East and the state of roads in remote villages. This level of insight cannot be gained simply by reading a summarized brief. It requires an extraordinary memory and intense focus over many years. Americans are starting to compare this with the cue cards their own leaders often hold. Cards that literally say, you enter, you sit down, you ask a question. This contrast breeds skepticism about who is actually making the decisions. Is the president the leader, or just a spokesperson for a machine behind the scenes? Meanwhile, the image of a confident individual engaging thousands of cameras is magnetic. It taps directly into the individual hero archetype deeply rooted in American culture. Ultimately, this story is about more than just using a teleprompter or not. It's a battle between staged perfection and challenging authenticity. In the age of social media, where everything can be clipped, cropped, and edited, people globally are starving for genuine, unscripted moments. They want to see a leader who can stand firm under the toughest questioning, someone who doesn't need to look at a screen to know what to say next. The contrast we observe between Washington and Moscow serves as a prime example. One side represents systemic stability and maximum caution. The other represents individual strength and direct dialogue. The world is changing, and how we perceive power is evolving along with it. It's no longer just about sharp suits or brightly lit auditoriums. True power lies in the ability to master information and persuade through intellect. So, what do you think about this difference in leadership styles? Is the teleprompter actually doing more harm than good to modern politicians? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for our next in-depth analysis. Thank you for watching today's video. See you in the next fascinating topic. Have a great and inspiring day. Goodbye.